Hello and welcome to Ravensburger Games YouTube channel. My name is Sam and today I'm going to be giving you guys 10 tips to planning your perfect game night. Now these types of evenings are a great way to bring friends and family together for a fun and interactive experience. But to ensure that everybody has a blast, a little planning goes a long way. So whether you're hosting seasoned gamers or maybe casual ones, here's how to plan the perfect board game night. Number one is to know your audience. Understanding your guests' preferences and experience levels is key to selecting the right games. Are they hardcore strategy gamers, casual gamers, or maybe they're somewhere in between? You need to tailor your game selection to match their interests and ensure that everyone has a good time. Take some time before the event to gauge your guests' gaming backgrounds and also preferences. You can send out a quick survey or simply ask in conversation what types of games they enjoy or if there are any specific games that they're excited to try. Number two is to create a balanced game lineup. A well-curated selection of games can make the evening run so smoothly. Start with a light, easy-to-learn game to maybe break the ice, move on to something then more strategic for the main event, and then finish with something fun, engaging, something to wrap up the game night. This progression keeps energy levels high and then caters to different tastes. So for example, when you are starting with something light and quick, That's Not a Hat helps everyone get really comfortable and engaged. And then maybe for the main event, you could opt for a game that requires a little bit more thought and strategy, like Disney Villainous, for example. And then as your night is winding down, you can choose something that allows for a more relaxed interaction, such as a party game or maybe just a game with simpler mechanics. This kind of pacing, like I said, is something that will ensure that your guests remain engaged without feeling overwhelmed or fatigued at all. Number three is going to be setting the mood. Create an inviting atmosphere that complements your game selection. Comfortable seating maybe, or good lighting, and kind of tidy the playing area. Those are all going to be highly essential. I highly recommend that you introduce background music, keeping it on theme, and honestly there are dozens of playlists online, so some are even already made specifically for games in your collection. Now consider setting up a designated gaming space where distractions are minimized if at all possible. Use a room with ample table space for spreading out game components and comfortable chairs to keep everyone cozy during maybe the longer games. Now, if your game night has a specific theme, you can amplify the mood with themed decorations, such as using candles for a mystery night while playing Scotland Yard. 4 is going to be preparing snacks and drinks. Now you're going to want to provide a variety of snacks and drinks that are easy to enjoy while playing. Finger foods maybe like chips, popcorn, and veggie sticks are ideal, but to be sure to avoid anything too messy. Pretzels actually work extremely well for this. Keep drinks handy but safe from spills near the game boards. And of course, always have napkins or maybe wet wipes on hand to keep game pieces clean. A nice hack that I use is to actually supply toothpicks or chopsticks to guests to avoid any food getting on the board games. This can actually give you a lot more snack options when planning as well. Number 5 is going to be to teach the rules efficiently. Now, we all know that explaining game rules can be a huge challenge, especially with the more complex games. But make sure that you are really familiar with the rules beforehand, and also try to have that first game set up before the guests even arrive. That way, you guys can just jump right in to the game. Depending on the game, having players actually help with the setup though can help familiarize them with the games. Now, if the game has a how to play video, you might send it to your guests ahead of time so that they can familiarize themselves with the basics before game night. In fact, you can create a whole playlist with the games that you will be playing. And this approach can actually cut down a lot of those rule explanations, and it can also get everyone into the games a lot faster. Consider your group size is going to be my point number 6. Select games that accommodate the number of guests that you are expecting. So for smaller groups, choose games that work well with 2 to 4 players, and for larger groups, opt for party games which can maybe include everyone and keep the energy up. Now, a few party games that we would really like to recommend could be That's Not a Hat for memory game chaos, Oh My Pigeons if you want a dice flicking take that party game, or maybe even Word Around for puzzly deciphering. Now, if your group size fluctuates throughout the night, be flexible with your game choices. Have a mix of games that can handle different numbers of players. Number 7 is going to be planning for downtime. Games can vary in length, and it's totally possible that some players might finish before others. So to keep everyone completely engaged, have some quick, easy to learn games on hand as filler options. Downtime can also be an opportunity to socialize and take a break from those intense games. Encourage guests to use this time to grab more snacks maybe, refresh their drinks, or maybe to chat about the games that they've played so far. Now, if you do have guests who prefer to keep playing, consider having a few solo or cooperative games available that can be picked up and put down easily, allowing people to jump in or out as they wish. Additionally, setting up a side table with puzzles or casual dexterity games like Jenga can keep everyone entertained without committing to a full game. Number 8 is going to be mindful of time. Respect your guests' time by being mindful of how long each game might take. Communicate with your guests ahead of time to gauge their preferences and plan accordingly. When planning the evening schedule, factor in time for setup, explanations, and breaks between the games. If a particular game tends to run a little bit long, consider whether your group is up for it or if it would be better to maybe save that game for another night. Number 9 is to always have a backup plan, because sometimes a game might not resonate with the group, or you might run into unexpected issues like missing pieces, or have a few breakup games ready just in case. Now, choose games that are easy to set up and explain so you can quickly switch gears without losing any momentum. When planning your backups, consider having a mix of different game types to cover a variety of scenarios as well. And number 10 is going to be to end on a high note. The last game of the night should ideally be something that everyone can enjoy, regardless of how tired they are. So cooperative games are honestly great for this. We actually have a list of our top 5 cooperative games, and you can check out the link right above. These games can build a sense of camaraderie and collective achievement, which is the perfect way to end the evening. Or maybe you could go with something quick and lively, a party game that generates laughter and fun, leaving everyone with just a positive vibe. Keep the mood really light and focus on having fun rather than competition in this last game. This way, your guests will leave with fond memories and an eagerness to come to your next game night. And remember, it's not just about winning or losing, it's about creating those memories, sharing laughs, and enjoying the company of friends and family. But hey, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.